just wanted to kind of do a video recap. I actually found a software, Loom, that I'm going to be using for kind of doing some of these videos ahead of time, and it's really nifty because I can make my head bigger and I can have it just take up the whole screen. It gets a little laggy here, but anyway, I kind of wanted to just go over some of the same things, some of the ramblings, some of the meat of today, and then kind of what the future holds. So I will shrink myself back down here a little bit, just for the ramblings. And in the background you can kind of see one of the projects. This was a project we worked on yesterday, and I'm gonna show you because I can, and this is a better way to do it, you know, show don't tell. So on to the ramblings. Okay, so I've noticed what's funny is our Slack channel is hectic as all get out, but again, everybody is stupid helpful. So it's really, really incredible to see all of the just amazing people that are willing to help out. I mean, even some people that kind of don't even know what they're doing are willing to just reach out and give assistance. So it's really kind of neat to see. Can I move this? Oh, look at that. Oh, I'm sticking it there. That's fun. Okay, anywho. Today was actually pretty good. We used Flexbox instead of, you know, some of the display inline block stuff. Thoughts on kind of some of the projects were a little redundant again, but these stretch goals make things worthwhile. So I'm not really terribly much on the ramblings for today. So I'll just kind of get into the meat of what we did today. So stick myself back here. All right. So this is a project. This is what we did yesterday. This was all using display, inline block, and block stuff. It's really simple. It looks hideous because we were supposed to practice doing a bunch of different things. So, you know, like add in extra fonts, you know, make the header animated and change positioning. So really kind of simple stuff, nothing too crazy. I think I made my button wiggle, which I've included in the previous video, the Animista. Great library, or not a library, but just a resource to kind of figure out how to do that, which is really cool. So then the project for today was to switch over and make something that used Flexbox instead. So looks really similar. There was some complications with the nav bar and making it on a fixed top using display flex. So just made the whole thing fixed to the top, take up the whole width. So this was all with Flexbox again, pretty much identical, but now we added in another page with services, and I actually installed browser sync. So start up a local host. That way, when I refresh, it's live changes there. And I just have the services page. These are divs that, you know, obviously display flex. Not the best styling. Really, the styling was nice, pretty, but wasn't really the main focus. I'd focused more time on semi-responsive design. I say semi because it's, well, you'll see. So I have it where the nav bar goes away entirely and the logo just centers. I'll figure out a way to add a actual hamburger menu later. I also made the image cover, so you can actually see the image kind of disappearing as it's, or moving according to the sizing. So the other neat thing was I figured out how you can add transition animation during a media query. So when I change this, you'll see that it actually animates the transition. It's like a half a second between the media query of 900 pixels. So not super pretty, also because I'm recording at the same time, but you can kind of see that. So just made everything weird, and again, it's not super pretty, but it works, and it was actually kind of fun to do. So I mean, day 3 already dealing with responsive design, media queries. I mean, all things Flexbox. Really great resources were, in particular, Flexbox Froggy. Oh, and I'll show you this too. So I'll pull up Flexbox Froggy. Don't want to cheat. You don't want to see how to do level 24. Try to figure that out on your own. But Flexbox Froggy and Flexbox Zombies, I'll include links to that in the description as well, on just simple things that you can do to kind of get ahead. So really cool, really, really fun. Literally did it while we were, during the lecture period. So, oh, wait. That's level 24. That's cheating. We don't want to see that. I was going to try to pull up the actual Flexbox Froggy game. Here we go. So, let's see if this will load up here. Yeah, so super, super fun, super easy to do, super helpful. The other thing that I added is another Chrome extension, and I'm actually, one of the future things I'll talk about, some Chrome extensions. This was a good one, Flash tabs. So every time I open up a new tab, it asks me a question. So I can basically build a set of flashcards that render in my browser. So, difference between transitions and transformations, I can show it and I can rate it. Yeah, got it, great. Next question, I can do that. And then I can also edit my deck, and so I can add new questions in here. So every day, as I think of something that maybe kind of stumbles me, or I think I want to memorize, like even something as simple as, let's see if I can't pull it up here. Well, one of these was about box shadow, just because I was practicing with it. So that's another cool Chrome extension. I'll throw that into the description as well. But those were really just neat little tools to kind of use to really kind of get up to par with things. So that's it for kind of the meat for today. It wasn't too terribly crazy. And then on to the future. What's tomorrow and the future going to look like? So I'm going to make myself big, and I'm going to put myself in the middle so I can actually talk to you a little bit. So the whole point of Lambda School is to get a job. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start this weekend applying for jobs. I know it kind of probably sounds silly, but there's no harm in starting early. I mean, literally the worst thing that can happen is they reject you, and yet they've got your documentation there. They're available already. I need to clean up a few things on my GitHub and my resume, of course, but aside from that, I'm going to start, job hunting. And one of the projects that I've got that I want to work on is going to be remaking Jibber Jobber. So I like the idea because previously I had worked on a company called Rise that was trying to build a personal relationship manager, and it didn't work out too great, but let me move myself over here. Jibber Jobber is basically manage relationships. It says it in the title here, but for your job search. The best part about this is that it's actually a pretty useful tool. I've used it before, but it has a very, very 90s format that I'm going to attempt to rebuild as one of the projects that I work on during this course. So hopefully you'll see that from me over the coming months. But with that, that's really all I got for today. I mean, again, it's just really quick, fast-paced, and excited to keep moving forward. So if you got any comments, questions, concerns, compliments, curiosities, don't hesitate to reach out and ask. All right, see you later.